Yo, 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 another Hella Products review. Today, we're gonna do a watch review. And it is of the G-Shock. I'm trying to take it off. I put it on in the darkness, backwards. Here it is. This is the G-Shock Rangeman. There's actually two types of Rangemans or Rangemen. There's this one, that's like the cheaper one. I think it's like 180 bucks or somewhere between 150 and 100 and 200. And then there's like the newest Rangeman that has GPS like navigation that connects with your phone, and I think that one's like $1,000. I was very tempted to get it because it's very sweet looking, but when I looked at a lot of reviews of that GPS one and watched and saw the actual way the GPS navigation works, it seemed like it was very dependent on your phone, and also the navigation was just kind of, looked like very version 1, like not fully seamless. And so because of the cost and because of the need to kind of depend on the phone so much, I was like, well, if it's gonna depend on the phone so much, I might as well just use the GPS in my phone. I suppose you could argue the battery would have lasted longer on that one, but the other thing is, like, how often do you need a full day of GPS? Maybe it's good, but I thought this one was great because it's only 200 bucks. And the problem I was trying to solve with it was I actually have a lot of watches, but they're usually mechanical watches. And I needed something kind of rugged that I didn't mind wearing, when I'm traveling to, like as an example, I'm going on a safari next year. I didn't want to wear like a really expensive mechanical watch on the safari. And so I thought, okay, well, this one, if I lost it or if it got damaged, no big deal. And I think from a personal safety point of view, may not attract as much attention as like a really kind of fancy Swiss mechanical watch. Now, what do I like? I'll tell you 3 things I like and dislike about this watch. Number one, it looks super cool. As you can see, let me give you a wrist shot. It's kind of badass looking. It's not like a very modest watch, but it's pretty cool. I like it. For most people, they may feel like, whoa, that's such a big watch. But as you probably know, watches are kind of getting bigger and bigger these days. So while this might have looked gargantuan 10 years ago, nowadays it's still a big watch and it's chunky, but it's really comfortable too. I haven't worn a non-leather strap in a while, but it's nice that it kind of comes already pre-shaped. So number one, I like that it looks badass. Number 2 is it's very tough. So this thing is like shock proof and obviously waterproof and mud and dust proof, so that's nice. Let's get you closer. Number 3 that I like is it has some good functionality, like it has a pretty good lighting system. See if I can get that. So that comes from the side. You can see the light coming from the side. And then in terms of legibility, with the light on is pretty good. It has time. Let's see if I can get past this glare. Time. What's this? What just happened? Stopwatch. Timer. You can sort of record little kind of previous adjustments. It gives you sunrise, sunset times. It also, the best thing, the third thing, so it looks kind of badass. It's tough, and then it has this automatic synchronization over the air with some atomic clock. So you're always looking at the most accurate time down to the second, which obviously you can't do with even the best kind of Swiss luxury watches. So overall, I really love this watch, and I would definitely buy it again. I wear it on the weekends, and I probably will wear it a lot when I travel. Now, there are some things you should know that are not awesome. So the first thing is legibility. Like, yes, it's badass, but this whole like gold kind of brownish digit on a black background, like if the light is super bright, like on a sunny day, or you're right under like your interior lights, you can read it okay. This is totally less legible than than a mechanical watch. Maybe I was going to go get one of my other watches, but it's in my room and the wife is sleeping, so I don't want to wake her up. But you could see when I try to demonstrate the functionality, like, you can barely see the time now, and look at this. This is not awesome, right? It does the job, and I can definitely tell the time, right away. It's just, probably takes half a second longer. Like, that's the perfect lighting right there, where it's like hitting it directly. So legibility is an issue. I think they have I know they have other G-Shock versions where it's like a light gray background and black lettering. I don't think they have that for this Rangeman. And if they did, it does change the aesthetics of the watch. There is something kind of stealthy, kind of special ops feeling about the black background. And so from a vanity point of view, I kind of like that. And the ones with the silver background and black lettering, they have a little bit more of like a 1980s feel, and I didn't want that. And then the really expensive Rangeman looks really cool. I think that one has maybe all black and a white letters. So anyway, so legibility, I would grade it like C+, maybe B-. But look, like right now, you can see that it's reversed, but 8:56 and 6 seconds on December 8th, Saturday. But you see how I had to kind of like squint a little bit. So that's one bad thing. The second bad thing, it kind of is really touts this triple sensor, and the reality is you don't really use it that much. The triple sensor, I think, is the compass, what else is there? Altitude and barometer. I actually would prefer it just had temperature, but whatever. So the triple sensor is like, I don't think you're going to use it that much. Like, I don't often need to know the altitude. Maybe if I'm hiking, that's kind of cool to know. Might save my life someday, but not something I use all the time. But you kind of buy these watches partly. It's like buying a car that goes 150 miles an hour. Like, you're never going to go that fast, likely, unless you're on a racetrack like once every 3 years, if ever. So I'm not a fan of the legibility. I don't really use the triple sensor. But other than that, it's really the legibility that's kind of the worst thing about the watch. Oh, and then this little seconds hand here, this dial here is kind of, it's hard to read and it's not very useful. You can see as the time ticks, like it. Oh no, hold on. Yeah, it's not that useful, this little dial up here. It does this little visualization of the seconds ticking by, but it also displays on the time the exact seconds count, which is a lot faster than trying to make out this little faux seconds hand thing here. But it looks cool, whatever. So anyway, that's the G-Shock Rangeman, the cheap version, $200 version. And oh, one other thing is that some people, this is the green one. I wanted the green one because I kind of like that, like, it's got a military vibe to it. It's a little bit lighter green than I thought it would be. It's not like your army kind of dark green. It's more almost like a desert green, I guess I would call it, or an olive color. Yeah, more like an olive color. But it's a great watch. If you're thinking about it, I would recommend it. But, you know, just be aware of the legibility. It's totally like, you can totally tell time easily. It's not a big deal. It could be better. The legibility could be better, but I still wear it every weekend, so I guess that's a sign that I can deal with it. And certainly when you press the illumination button, the legibility increases dramatically. So let me demonstrate that to you. So here it is, and that's with the light on. So you see the difference, light off, light on. So if you're really kind of in a difficult lighting situation or the angle's not good, you press that button. Oh, I forgot one other thing I like is it's solar powered. So I don't know how often I'm gonna need to change the battery, maybe never, but it recharges itself just by, you know, direct light from a bright indoor light or being from the sun on your hand, and it has a little battery sort of level indicator, and it's been on medium for a while. One time it did go on high when I put it like in super bright sunlight, but then it went back down to medium after a few hours. So that's the G-Shock. If you have any questions, put them below. I'll try and reply. And if you like reviews about products, please feel free to subscribe, give this video a like. Also, if I'd be curious if you guys have any views on this channel. I've reviewed all kinds of stuff like children's toys, weird little floating flower pots, running shoes, and now this watch. I personally like reviewing kind of a variety of things that I like and I think are neat, but I also know that sometimes people want to subscribe to a channel that's a little more focused. So let me know if you like this kind of mixed approach, or if you want to like really just get consistent and just do, you know, all watches or all electronics or all children's toys or all food or whatever. That's it. Hope this was helpful. And in the meantime, keep it real and keep loving great products.